what's happening down at Alfa Romeo? They brought the wrong tyres out. Have they got an incomplete set? Rather looks like it. Antonio Giovinazzi's waited to be serviced with a fresh set of tyres.
I suspect they might be Raikkonen tyres. Yeah, because there must be a set of Raikkonen tyres that were going on it.
Karun, you can see all this.
Yeah, I can. I mean, this is kind of like that Nürburgring race. Remember with Eddie Irvine, the mechanics just running round and round. He's finally on his way. But I think you're right, guys. I think they were probably expecting the other car.
That was a puncture.
The front left. And then they can't just change one because it has to match the compound and the rest of the set.
And what's this then? This is tyres that are not ready to go on. There was a blanket on the right front. So unusually we see a mistake from Red Bull in a pit stop.
I'll tell you, Martin, that's obviously a late call. Sorry to come over you, but I can see that there was an option out there. Mark Webber straight in as well into the Red Bull box. So more confusion as the tyres are coming out. They're carrying the tyres to the car. So he's losing a huge amount of time.
And I wonder if they've got the right tyres on Vettel's car then. Were they expecting Mark Webber into the pit stop and not Vettel? So finally then, on a brand new set of the soft tyres, which are the harder of the two compounds, and so a dreadful half minute for the Red Bull team.
And it looks to me as though this is Mansell's stop. He's coming into the pit lane now, and he leads. Now I'm going to be watching very carefully to see if Martini goes by before Mansell comes out, in which case the Italian will be in the lead.
Yes, and Jerry Boutsen has put up a new fast start to the race on fresh tyres, and there's confusion now. Mansell's missed his pit. This is a disaster for Nigel Mansell. And that is very strange. That is theoretically driver error, but I think the McLaren team weren't giving him a very good sight of his mark, because you come onto mark, so that really is a disastrously long stop for Mansell.
This is George Russell coming in behind the safety car for his first stop, and there's lots
very, very long.
Yeah, the crew having to adjust. Lots of tyres hanging around there. The call was obviously made late. It's a 2.2 mile circuit.
There's some horrible confusion going on there, isn't there?
And then I think now they've realised that there is a problem, and they might have sent Valtteri back out on the same tyres. Someone's come out from the garage saying, no, can't put those tyres on. You just got to send him out with what he had on before.
You're right, they put the same ones back on.
Because that was the lesser of two evils. Otherwise, he's going out with a mixed up tyre set as well.
Yeah. I think the guy on the left front can probably see that they've got George Russell GR on them rather than VB or something.
All the while, those brakes getting very, very hot indeed. So
this is so un-Mercedes-like, isn't it?
Now Ferrari are ready for Eddie Irvine.
And that looks like another set of slicks to me, James.
It is a set of slicks, absolutely extraordinary. When Salo came in a moment ago, they had both slicks and dries ready for us.
Right rear.
They're not ready on the left rear. There's no tyre.
I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, I thought we had one when the race started, he's saying. Well, this is ludicrous. This is
Now they're going to have a committee meeting about it. Stick it on and send him out.
Well, this has blown it for Irvine, blown it for Ferrari. I don't know what's happened, but there was a major misorganisation problem there.
And I think Lewis Hamilton's gone off as well, but he's carried on.
He's lost his front wing, hasn't he?
There's damage to the front wing, certainly. Hamilton went off at exactly the same spot. As you can see, managed to keep going. Our race leader now into the pits needs a new front wing. Valtteri Bottas takes the lead of this race.
They're not ready for him. They weren't expecting him. They didn't know it's happened. They had no idea that it's happened.
Well, they weren't ready for him because he's only come in because of that accident. And I think now they're going to look to get maybe intermediate tyres on as well. They're scrambling around all the while. Lewis Hamilton's losing out. Bottas takes the lead. Verstappen now goes into second place. Hulkenberg has just pitted again and moves up into third place, whilst they still work on the car of Lewis Hamilton, who was cruising, it seemed, out in front. But in one split second, Leclerc goes, and Hamilton's chances of victory looks like they're going as well.
They've got to make sure they get the right tyres on it. They're not Bottas's tyres, for example.
Correct.
We've got a mixture of tyres on that car at the moment. And now we've got Inter's back on it now. That's what they're doing. They're changing their mind on the tyres. And of course, when you've got to change the nose, you can't use the front jack, because the front jack jacks up on the nose itself.
Michael Schumacher is parked up line astern behind the Ferrari of Barrichello.
You've seen Rubens Barrichello in the Ferrari there with Michael Schumacher, both of them together. Now they're fitting the Bridgestone monsoon tyres, I should think.
What on earth's going on down at Ferrari, James? They still haven't got any tyres on Barrichello's car. This looks like we had back in Nürburgring a year or so back, where they just do not appear to have any tyres ready.
Well, look at this. This is a powerboat race. It's not a Formula One car race. As out of the pits after 1 minute and 12 seconds goes Rubens Barrichello. One of my cliches is anything can happen in Formula One, and it usually does, but I wouldn't have expected this.
Anthony Davidson is up to third for Super Aguri. He's kept his car very much on the track.
Anthony Davidson in the Super Aguri comes into
Nobody's
the pits.
there.
No one's there waiting for him.
Obviously a bit of a surprise pit stop there. Whether he's got a problem, we don't know. Running P3, the team weren't expecting him, and whether he just misheard a radio call or what, clearly that is not a scheduled stop. Oh dear, oh dear.
Coming into the pits, Daniel Ricciardo, the race leader. Lewis Hamilton making his way into the swimming pool chicane now. They haven't got the tyres ready. The tyres aren't ready. Ricciardo is sat there waiting. Did he make the call? Did the team make the call? Whoever made the call, the tyres weren't ready. Super soft tyres going on. Hamilton now makes his way around Anthony Nose, the final corner. Ricciardo put in a really decent lap, but is it going to be enough to come out of the pits and lead this Grand Prix? I rather get the feeling that it's going to be tight one. Here comes the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton takes the lead after a pit stop that saw Daniel Ricciardo sat stranded waiting for his tyres.